What's good? What's good?
Hello YouTube, this is Fortnite Fails, JJ from channel JJ, coming back to you with another video. I know it's been a minute. I'll upload another video, I think, explaining that, telling you about how this channel is going to be in the future. But here's my thought on this situation. This dude's commenting on Professor, basically the B1, TBA, and everybody else that's not exactly co-signing Kwame Brown in the black media.
Kwame Brown, Black Authority. Listen. Kwame Brown is 100% right in what he's.
So, is this fool gonna explain his point as this video goes on? You're gonna see why I'm calling him a fool at this point, but he's doing stuff like this throughout the video. He's throwing out stuff here. He's not proving a point at all.
He said, we've already talked about this. KyleRittenhouse, it's all white people involved in this.
What he is trying to say is this, that because there are no black people here, that it cannot be racist in any way, shape, or form. It was a rally in support of black people. It was a march in support of black people. Why would this have nothing to do with black society? That does not make any sense whatsoever. Not to mention, he did not live in this area at all. He was in several states, and he lived in a different direction several states over. You're telling me that he heard that there was this rally, this march for black society, the betterment of black society, about injustice, how we won't stand for it, we won't tolerate for it. He comes there with a gun and thinks that there's literally not going to be any black people there. Okay, maybe there weren't black people there. He himself would not know that unless he's there on the ground. He saw that there was something going on for the benefit of black people and went there to go bully some people, if not kill some people. And he's done both.
Ahmaud got justice, which proved a lot of the race hustlers like Jason Black and Tariq Nasheed and Professor Black Truth wrong.
How does that prove him wrong? How does that prove any of them wrong at all? That does not prove him wrong. You do realize that if somebody says that I'm guilty for murder, but they say that I only get 6 months in prison, that's not a win. That's not a win. That's why they're saying, let's wait and see how much time that they get in jail. That's not being a race hustler. That's not being a race pimp. That's not, oh, well, I'm just dead wrong and I don't know what I'm talking about. That is being reasonable. If I go kill your brother, your family, your sister, your mother, and you're telling me that I only get probation or I only get 6 months in jail or something stupid like that, that you wouldn't have a problem, especially if I popped up in your face later on talking about, hey, yeah, man, I served my debt to society. There's nothing that you can do. There's nothing that you can say. You would have a problem with that.
Because y'all wrong on a lot of things, and we going to get to you. I used to listen to some of these dudes, and we about to... Here, we ain't having that. That was all self-defense. One of them dudes that y'all doing all this white supremacy talk, and one of these individuals in this KyleRittenhouse thing is a pedophile.
And then KyleRittenhouse said, you know what? I've got a shotgun because I know that this pedophile is about to be here. I shot this dude because this pedophile's here. No, he did not say that at all. That's not why he did it. Just because it so happens that the dude he was going after was a criminal does not make it all of a sudden what he did better. Doesn't matter, doesn't make what he did all of a sudden not wrong. What was KyleRittenhouse's intentions? Nobody was saying that, okay, we know that you drove over 10 states just to get this guy who is a pedophile, but you still can't do it and we're sending you to jail and black society is against you because you killed this guy that was a pedophile because he was a pedophile. That's not what's happening at all. What's happening is that he went over several state lines with a gun, underage at that, to go kill somebody, to go kill some people, bully some people. He might have been there just to bully some people. He got drunk and high off of power and wound up killing some people, which is, well, I'm sorry, Charlie, but you still need to face your time because nobody told you to come over there with a doggone gun. But let's say for the sake of argument, that's exactly why Kyle Rittenhouse went over all these state lines just to go after this guy. What is the connection between him and Kyle? Did he just look something up online and be like, you know what, I'm about to go after this guy? Because if there is no connection and he went over all these state lines just to get this guy, you do realize that's not going to save him either. He might need to get a psycho vow for being a psychopath or something, man. That's a dude looking for an excuse to kill people. That's being a vigilante, which the last time I checked was illegal. So that still doesn't work.
We don't rock with pedophiles, child rapists. We don't rock with pedophiles. We don't care how pedophiles go. Here, that's first off. We don't even want to make it believe that. But I listen to some of y'all deflect when it comes to R. Kelly. So what a white man did, first them and all that, it made me kind of care. Like you look at y'all with the side eye.
You do realize people from the jump were saying, hey, this dude, he probably did it. And as a matter of fact, a lot of these people were saying in the beginning, before that this came back around and gained popularity, when he first went to court, we was like, if he did it, there doesn't need to be a trial. We need to just, go behind the courthouse and put a gun, and put a bullet in his head. They were saying this already back then. The thing is, we screamed at the top of our lungs, he needs to be convicted, he needs to be charged because he did this. No technicalities or anything like that. Let's just send him to jail. And we did not get that same defense ammo. Our message wasn't being boosted. Why is it that we're now all of a sudden focusing on R. Kelly? What is the agenda? What are you trying to do? Because we've already been through this. We've already been there. We've already done that. And you said, yeah, no, we're not about to do this. So that makes all of us step back and say, what agenda is it that you're pushing with R. Kelly? We can't co-sign our own destruction just because you use somebody that really is guilty of a crime to do it. Because that's what they're using this as. They're saying, you know what, this is how all black people are. Let's convict them to prove our point. Which is why people are now saying, okay, we're not going to argue with you. Send them to jail. But while you're doing that, so why don't you send Kevin Spacey to this one and to that one to jail? You do realize that bodies keep dropping with Kevin Spacey every time that they want to take him to court for rape or something, sexual assault. Why is that not being talked about? There's literal crimes literally crimes happening when somebody says, you know what, as a youngin', I was abused sexually, so I'm going to go to court and fight this battle. Next thing you know, they pop up dead, suicide attempt. That is what we are saying. And this is not the only thing. We got people like Bryan Singer, got a rap sheet longer than the Cosby sheet, talking about, yeah, man, he did this to me, he did that to me. And how many of y'all know about Bryan Singer? There's only a handful of this stuff being pushed about how, oh yeah, this white guy did something. You're trying to use the Me Too, Time's Up, and you're trying to make black people the face of it, to assassinate black people as a whole's character. And that's not right. That is why we are saying, send him to jail, cool, but why are we just now focusing on R. Kelly?
But, of course they're going to attack Kwame for giving his opinion. It's his opinion. It's my opinion. Y'all got y'all opinion.
You're right. It is your opinion. But in order for your opinion to be valued, to have any merit, in order for it to be looked at as an opinion that's worth having respect for, is that you have to prove your point. Kwame Brown is not accurately proving his point. That's what's going on here.
We may not agree. We may agree on a lot of things. We may not agree on this. But let me say this. Jason Black, we don't know who you is. We never seen you before. You're just a freaking voice on the internet.
While I don't know if he offers this now, you were able to see Jason Black's face. You were able to actually go speak to him in person. He was making public appearances. And did he make a public appearance during a race war screening? Did he? I don't know. But I do know that you have not been there. You haven't been to race war screening. Obviously, you haven't been to any of those times where he was like, okay, we're about to do something and I will make an appearance there. So, of course, you don't know who he is. You haven't done anything to figure that out. That's why. If you don't know who he is, that's a you problem, not a his problem.
You ain't built a damn thing in America for no damn black people. Not one thing. I don't care how many times you talk. White supremacy, my ass. If you hate white supremacy so much, why is your black ass in America?
And this is why I find it hard to believe that this guy even actually listened to Jason Black, the Professor Truth, the Jason Black, the Professor Black Truth, or anybody really. Because you don't even have to listen to them to understand that you're facing racism all over the world, even in Africa. You do realize that, right? At one time, it was illegal for Africans to even drink. It was illegal for that. That you literally could not drink. And we are facing racism now with all these Asians coming up in here. Up in Africa doing what you call it. Literally beating people or literally bullying people with the threats of death about how if you don't sell me your land, there will be consequences. That is what's going on. Or was that a white person? Either way, it's still racism. White or Asian. And wasn't Trevor Noah talking about the racism that he had to experience being in Africa? So, I mean, so you can't even say that, oh, well, I just don't know what I'm talking about and I'm just talking out of my behind. This is a real thing. You do realize in Britain, people are running around here facing racism. They have their stories to tell. You do realize in these Asian countries, people are ending up dead because they had a relationship with an Asian woman. And these Asian men that beat them down to death did not have any connection to them whatsoever. It wasn't a sister, it wasn't a husband, it wasn't nothing. It was that, oh, this is a black person with an Asian, and we don't like that.
You love living under white supremacy. You like the white supremacist YouTube. You like the white supremacist cars. Yeah, I bet you shop at white supremacist Walmart, Target. You like them white blankets. You like them white dollars in your pockets for them GoFundMes for them fake ass DVDs that y'all been putting out for years.
I'm just gonna keep it a million. I'm just gonna keep it a bill being with people, man. I ain't never heard no white person be like, oh my God, did you see that Hidden Colors DVD? It was so good. It was so informative. Oh my God. I've never heard that. Never once in my life. Never once saw a white person with a DVD. I've only seen black people. I never heard a white person say, oh my God, Race War. Such an informative DVD. Oh yes, it makes me look at the world in a different way. I never heard a white person know that thing even exists. How many people were at the Race War screening? I'm not saying that there wasn't any. How many though? I'm pretty sure that it was more black people than anything. It's called Black Society is supporting media that speaks in their interest. That is what's going on. Also, where are we about to go other than YouTube? Let's keep it real. Even YouTubers that are content creators, gamers, anything. Basically, if they're on YouTube, they got a big following. They're talking about where do we go outside of YouTube? There's nowhere for them to go. There's nothing that can really compete with YouTube. And I think Jason Black is on the Professor Black Truth is on other platforms. Tariq Nasheed is most certainly on other platforms. A lot of people in these black spaces are at other platforms. Chris Miller got his own platform. Your World is on another platform. I mean, there's plenty of people out here on other platforms. At the end of the day, YouTube is YouTube, the most popular video hub. So if you want to get a message out to the masses, you have to be where the masses are at. Does that make sense? I think it does.
You ain't built a damn thing. And you ask you, and people like you, bro.
You know, the funny thing is, I think he say Tariq Nasheed's name in this video? Professor Black Truth, TBA, and Tariq Nasheed. Doesn't Tariq Nasheed have his own platform? I thought he did. And also, I know that TBA is actually promoting a black platform. He's promoting it. On his ad, he has in his mini commercial, non-commercial breaks, as he like to say, and puts on an ad. It's of a black platform. It's basically what, Black Twitter or something. Wasn't what you call it. It also wasn't a Vice news show. promoting basically a Facebook that was owned and ran by black people that was called Black Spot. I mean, I don't know what this dude's talking about at all.
If you hate white supremacy so much, why you here? Well, we built this country. We can't go nowhere. Then why don't you go to Africa?
Because as you just said, we built the country. Why would we leave?
One thing I could say about Pan-Africanists, the Pan-African people, the Pan-African community, one thing about them, they always said what their end game is to go back to the motherland and build on the motherland and build with their people. Yep.
So the TBA and the professor have not been talking about how, yeah, we're about to build wealth, power, and influence for our people. That's what we're here to do. That's our end goal, like every other group of people has. Which is why, once again, I don't think he actually listens to these people. He's just speaking out of his behind. This dude's a bloody idiot. Because they publicly speaking about this stuff. Not to mention, isn't there a call button? You can't call these people? Get out of here.
Y'all the people that want to attack African people, attack Caribbean people, attack people like this, and y'all want to talk all this stuff so you can stay in America.
Nobody's attacking black people in other parts of the country and other parts of the world. Nobody is doing that. We're saying that people from outside of America, you will not use us, you will not abuse us, and the outsiders of America have had a history of doing that. So it's not too much to say that, okay, if you can't get your act straight, we will not deal with you. That is not some crazy, outlandish idea. So stop making the straw man argument about how, oh, they just attacked the Caribbean. They just attacked somebody from Jamaica. What has the Jamaican been doing? He's dead acting like the doggone Asian. Set up a business, eat off that business, and then go bring it to his own community and not enrich the rest of the community. Same thing like those Asians.
So you feel like you built the country. You ain't built shit. But you built the country. Your ancestors built the country. You get to stay here and complain about your daddy in the country. The only way you safe in the country is because of white people. If somebody busts you upside your damn head, you gonna call a white cop. Cut it out.
So black cops don't exist? Is that what you're saying? Not to mention, when you call the cops, you don't get to say, hey, and I want it to be a black cop. I want it to be an Asian cop. You do realize that black people would be in their own communities if black people were allowed to patrol their own communities. You do realize that, right? But the cops don't necessarily have a choice on where they get sent to.
Running this scam on black people. And y'all been on the internet for 10. Tariq Nasheed was teaching math lessons. You've been hiding behind a screen. We don't know who you is, and you sound like the other one. We don't know who the hell y'all is. And y'all got the audacity to sit around here and talk about what somebody should be doing. So I should follow a voice. We ain't seen you at no rallies. We ain't seen you at no protests. Y'all ain't on the front lines or nothing. Y'all ain't killed no white supremacists. You ain't even killed a white elderly person. So,
you know, I never knew that intelligent black society was supposed to be a part of killing white people indiscriminately. Why would I kill a white elderly person? Why am I killing a white person at all? There's reasons to do that, but not because, oh, well, they woke up one day and they're white. Let's take them out. That's not what that's about. If you commit a crime that is murder, basically, or sentenced by death, you should be dead. That's not something crazy and off the walls. But that's not the way that he's outlined. And that. So what? So what if Tariq Nasheed taught some math lessons? You telling me that you're not allowed to change and evolve? You're telling me that you're not supposed to have awareness of self? Because, I mean, let's look at my channel. My channel is not about pro-black content. I can speak on it like I am now. You're allowed to do different things in life. Also, as I said, you don't have to be... The reason why you ain't never seen him is because you never put your money into nothing. If you was willing to spend money to see him, you could have seen him. Yeah, that's just how that is. Also, as he's been saying, and as I've also said, marches are really, for the most part, just symbolism. I don't even agree with marches at all. Don't march. If you talk about marching, my ears turned off. I don't want to hear nothing about marching. Do something. Change the law. Change the law, man. Get somebody, put somebody in office and make them change the law. Put money behind a politician that's willing to change the law to get your vote. or they're willing to implement a law to get your vote. Marching ain't about to do it.
Cut it out with all that B1 bullshit. Because that's exactly what it is. Stop running that on our people. Y'all ain't got nothing. Only thing offers the next scam to get you, raise you some money for a DVD talking about what somebody did 400 years ago on this white man's YouTube.
Basically what he is saying that, oh, the only thing that these people do is talk about slavery. That's a doggone lie. I know you ain't seen nothing. I know you ain't seen this guy's YouTube page. He doesn't, on his YouTube page, he doesn't even only talk about slavery. What are you talking about? It doesn't, just shut up, man. Shut up.
That we all enjoy. Cut that out. Y'all ain't about to bust a damn grape. You gonna make videos. You gonna hide behind a screen, behind some avatar that ain't you, and talk and people want to do this, and people want to write that, and you got to do this. So what do we? Nobody want to debate with you, fool. We'll bust your fucking head where I'm from. We don't give.
And he's talking all this old tough guy talking, how you not going to do nothing. We're going to beat you down if we see. You do realize he's on his platform talking just like him. And I ain't never heard no rap. I ain't never seen no rap sheet. And I'm quite sure that whatever rap sheet you got is enough to make you not want to go back to jail. So to get out of here, man. You ain't about that either. Also, I mean, there's no evidence, proof, or anything that supports your claim about how he's not about this.
I don't give a fuck about you. You don't move nothing around here, bro. We don't know you. You a voice on the internet. You are like Woody on Toy Story. You ain't real. So why would we listen to a voice? You could be white.
You do realize if this guy was white, this wouldn't change what he said. It wouldn't make what he said not valid. It would probably make what he says even more valid in a lot of cases. So, yeah, cool.
So we don't want to hear nothing y'all gotta say. All y'all doing is trying to raise some more money for the next DV. Hidden Colors 8. The buck breaking. Are you serious? You think we need to see buck breaker? Then what? Oh, I saw buck breaking. What I'm gonna go do? Nothing. You gonna appear on the white man Instagram. You're gonna appear on the white man YouTube and try to get you some white dollars in your pocket. You want to do something? I want to see you go to a black country. I want to see you go to some land and create something. Create a hospital. Create infrastructure. Create a military. You ain't doing that? Shut the fuck up. You just a person online with an opinion. Cut all that rowling.
And again, who the hell are you to say that we can't have an opinion? To say that he can't have an opinion and how he can't speak on it. Also, you do realize that he's promoting that? Doing all of that in America? You do realize that, right? He is telling you how to get on your feet. He's showing you, he said, hey man, if you go down this business, if you go down into this field of business, you will be successful. And he says, okay, anybody that is not successful doing what I've told you to do, call me up live on my platform in front of thousands of people and tell me how you wasn't successful. And tell me that my advice is crap. He's done that. Have you followed his advice? Have you made money off of this? Off of what the knowledge that he is giving out? And if you haven't, then you have nothing to say. There's nothing that you can say.
Black people up to do nothing. You like Professor Grip when that dude shot those cops down? That dude thought it was real. He went out there and shot them cops down there in Dallas. And then when them feds saw the Professor Grip said, oh, I don't know him. I don't know nothing about it.
And that's how it's supposed to be. If somebody does something, you don't know nothing about it. That's how it should be. I mean, unless somebody's running around here committing heinous crimes and terrorizing the community and whatnot, okay, bro, you gotta be off the streets. But other than that, I don't know nothing about it. You don't have to be so eager to sell your people down the river. We don't know why a dispute became a gunfight or anything. You don't know anything about the situation. You probably don't need to put your nose into it.
Nobody wasn't gonna die. These dudes ain't gonna move like Malcolm. They ain't gonna move like Khalid. They ain't gonna move like Marcus Garvey. Cut all that out. Race hustlers, race peddlers, GoFundMe kings is what.
You do realize that these people are speaking in the same vein that everybody that you've just mentioned. You do realize that, right? Not to mention Malcolm X, Huey Newton. They didn't do all of this with no money. They had to get some funds from somewhere, bro. You do realize that, right? The people had to support them in order for this stuff to happen. Get out of here.
It's what they are. The white man owns GoFundMe. They talk all this B1 stuff and ain't built a B nothing. They ain't got no app. By now, as long as y'all Negroes been on YouTube, you could at least have an app. Social media app or something. No, we gotta keep posting on Facebook. And they're on Facebook and people say this, they're sell out, they're cool. We don't even know who you is, bro. You could be a white man. You sound.
As I said before, Tariq Nasheed got his own platform. Professor TBA promoting his own, not his own, but promoting a black man's platform on his YouTube channel. And Professor, I've seen him on 1 or 2 different platforms before. So they're doing what you're saying that they probably should at least be doing. What are you talking about? Please explain. And as I said before, where are the people at? They're on YouTube. As I said before. Not to mention, as I said before, if these people are white and they're talking about white society in a certain way, that only validates what they're saying about white society. That's not going to discredit them. Sorry.
Kind of suspect too, count like that. We don't know you, so it's easy to attack somebody, Kwame, who's showing who he is as an individual and saying, "Hey, this is what it is. They made the right thing. This ain't our issue. Let's worry about Ahmaud Arbery, who got justice. Which proved y'all wrong. He got justice. That proved y'all wrong. See."
All they said is that wait for how long that they're going to be in jail before they jump for joy. That is what they're saying, and that's not a bad idea, as I've said before. Not to mention, about all these celebrities and whatnot that's been on MTV, they've been popular in the mainstream for over a decade, now want to go talk about all this black stuff. You do realize that that's obviously a scam, right? That's obvious. That is obvious. If somebody can spell that out to you at this point, you an idiot. When Jay-Z came out talking that black stuff, I just laughed at that idea. I was like, really? So this is the route you're going down these days. When TBA finally was like, okay, obviously this guy's a sellout, obviously this guy's a coon, I was like, we really had to wait this long before somebody said anything about that? Really? It was guaranteed. All I need to know is that he was a rapper on TV. And I was like, okay, that tells me all I need to know about you. Not to mention, if you look at the people, if you look at how he treats his own people, you already knew what he was about. Kwame Brown is the same way. Same way. He's a guy in the NBA who made millions for at least a decade. Ran out of money, ran to YouTube, beef with a couple of people on TV, and then got his money all over again thanks to YouTube donations. That's it. That's all he's managed to get done. And because of that, he's realized he can make money off of YouTube. He wants to, stay on YouTube and keep making money. Also, not to mention, what has Kwame Brown built? What has he built? Tell me what in the world Kwame Brown has built. I'm telling you, he's built nothing. Yo, you want to talk about how he did, some food pantry or something, and he was also giving out sneakers? Get out of here. He has done less for the people than Jay-Z and Diddy has done. Because you do realize that they at least give out basketballs and book bags and binders to the children. They at least do that. Wasn't Jay-Z talking about how, he gave a credit card or something of a certain amount of money to everybody up in Marcy Projects? Wasn't he saying that at one time? Jay-Z has literally done more than Kwame Brown. And the funny thing about it is that what they did was worth more because they did it out of their own pocket. He didn't say, hey man, Diddy, Jay-Z, all these other didn't say, I gotta go fund me. Put money in this account and we're gonna spread it here, here, and here. They did it out of their own pocket. Kwame Brown took donations to get what he got done. And Kwame Brown got all these acres of land, ain't built nothing on the land. You can't make this stuff up. Really, you can't make this stuff up. He hasn't made no housing complex or something because he's got all these acres of land, man. He could have said, hey, I got an apartment over here. I'm about to make me an apartment complex. The rent is this much. Or he could have had a business. He's done nothing on his land. He's got his house. That's it. And he's got this big patch of land that's on, the house is on. This dude's really doing the same amount of people. What has Kwame Brown done? He said, oh, let's do coding. That's an idea that's already been out there by TBA. TBA has already presented that idea. Doggone years before Kwame Brown was even thought about. Kwame Brown has done nothing new in black society. He has not given us any new jewels of information in the way of life and how we can better ourselves. Nothing new has happened. And he knew that he had nothing to say to, which is why he spent all that time beefing with Hassan Campbell. All that time beefing with him, making up a bunch of crap, getting a bunch of people who he already knew was dirty. They had bad paperwork. Monty Woodgreen, seriously? That's the guy that you got on your panel trying to help you destroy Hassan Campbell's image. Right. Running around here, cutting up audio. Make Hassan Campbell say certain things and not play the video in its entirety. That even the person that Hassan Campbell said this stuff to was like, hey, get the hell out of here with this. You are making crap up. I'm a guy that doesn't even like Hassan Campbell, and I'm saying you guys are doing too much. Don't use my stuff for that. Get out of here.
Y'all so caught up on white supremacy that y'all can't even celebrate. These dudes gotta be mad all the time. They can't even celebrate a win. They'll say, well, it's a win, but we gotta see if, you see what I'm saying? Because they gotta keep indoctrinating your mind with this nonsense. And when you wake up, I used to be caught up in that stuff. When you wake up out there, you be realizing these dudes is full of shit. Ain't nobody more full of shit than these dudes. And I have no respect for these dudes at all.
And I got no respect for you either, because after all, these guys have provided ideas and solutions, and according to you, they have provided none. They have provided ideas on jobs. Coding is not the only thing that he said that we could do in order to be financially stable, in order to build wealth, power, and influence, to be able to raise a family on. That's not it. That's not the only thing he's done. He's also been saying, hey, if you want to meet me, you can do this or that. Or maybe he did not promote the idea of meeting him, but he did actually go out and meet the people that actually was going places. That he said, hey, let's meet at this location. We're going to get this done. We're going to do that.
They clowns.
Meeting the dude.
Absolute clowns. And they get these essays hiding behind a computer, and we don't see who these dudes is. Because to me, if you really banging on white supremacy, we should all see it. Everything should be on the line. Other than that, you're just talking crazy. All you doing is just trying to make shit worse than what it already is. Why we gotta go out here and deal it. So you gonna sit here.
So Tariq Nasheed ain't showing his face now. That's what you're saying. Tariq Nasheed didn't show his face? Because, I mean, if you want people that's battling white supremacy, putting everything on the line, well, then there's people that are there that you're still crapping on. What do you want?
And talk crazy to black people and get black people riled up, and these black people gotta get up and go work for these white people. Bro, if they get your motherfucking IP address, the feds, and come over there and get your funny looking ass and sit you down on your couch and say, man, hey, you Jason Black. We heard this, you said that you, no, it's all entertainment. It's gonna be entertainment then. Like Professor Griff, it's entertainment. Tariq Nasheed, they twist his ass up. It's entertainment. I'm just trying to make DVDs. A hidden history. You think you need a hidden history museum? You need to give him money for a hidden history. That nigga need to get a job. Y'all keep falling for these scams. The schools, Umar Johnson, the schools. Oh my God. Y'all keep falling for these scams and y'all wonder why these dudes been online. Honestly, 10 years peddling this nonsense. That's online they've been on here. 10 years peddling nonsense. One nigga talking Mac Lansons, the other was on Blog Talk. Man, this stuff been going on for years. And it's a scam. And y'all gonna keep falling for it. B1 is bullshit. If it was B1, you wouldn't be on no white man's platform. You would have built something for black people so we can support it. You ain't built nothing. You just put white dollars in your pocket. Fool. Mad pill. We out.